Hey guys, my name is Tito. I make videos on personal finance on my other channel. On this channel, I talk about other things, like today when I'll be reacting to episode 9 of season 7 of the best web series on YouTube, Skinny Girl in Transit. And boy, what an episode. So the girls gather in Tiwa's house for like a slumber party, and as it tends to happen when women gather like that, they end up talking about men. Surprise, surprise. And let's start with Daren. Daren, I've concluded, is an agent of confusion, and I don't think anyone has confused me more this season than Daren. So she tells Dewumi that she doesn't want to raise a child alone, but she does that after kissing the man. So there are 2 points of confusion in that interaction. She kisses the guy out of nowhere. Clearly, that confuses him or throws him off. And then she tells him that, I don't want to raise a child alone. I think Daren has underlying issues beyond wanting a child to fill whatever void she has in her life, and also wanting a man, which clearly we all know she wants a man. There are some underlying issues behind or underneath both those issues that I don't think even Daren is aware of, and I really do wish she goes to therapy to try and sort it out. I doubt if that'll happen this season. She'll probably end up with Dewumi. Dewumi will come around and say, okay, let's give it a shot. But I honestly think that Daren needs to see a therapist because the woman is so very confused. And I pity anyone that dates or ends up in a relationship with somebody like Daren before they're able to get the help that they need. Because she's so hot and cold. I mean, look at how quickly she changed her opinion on wanting to raise a child by herself. I mean, who does that? And they asked her that, look, have you caught feelings for Dewumi? And she says, I don't know. Ma'am, lady, you just kissed the man and you don't know if you've caught feelings for him? Moving on, Shaliwa. Another person who Daren tried to kiss and she succeeded in kissing Dewumi, and Dr. Elijah tries to kiss Shaliwa, but he gets curved, and he tells her, you know, before he tries to kiss her that he's moving to Abuja, or he's thinking of moving to Abuja, and then he tries to kiss Shaliwa and she curves him. I think Dr. Elijah should just, after Shaliwa got out of the car, should have picked up the phone, accepted the job offer, and gone to Abuja the next day, because I don't see why he would want to remain in Lagos and risk running into Shaliwa after that super awkward incident in the car. Still on Shaliwa, the weapon fashioned against Shaliwa is not her best friend Tito, like you guys have been saying. It's her mother and Woli. Because look at the spiritual attacks that they were waging against Shaliwa in the house. From arrows to stabbing to AK-47 of love and everything. Shaliwa is going, she's really actually passing through a lot. Aside from her man troubles, right? She's going through a lot with her family, and particularly her mom. And to be honest, with the way Woli and her mom were going about the whole thing with Wosi on the side there, I honestly was expecting Woli to say, Mommy, do you know what? To solve this Shaliwa's man problem once and for all, let me marry Shaliwa. Let me be the one to make her my wife so that we solve this once and for all. They were just moving mad in that scene. You guys really enjoyed that scene. I felt like it lingered a bit too long and it was getting a bit awkward at some point, but from the comment section, you guys clearly loved it. Let's go back to Daren real quick. Okay, so this is from Tracy L. She says, Daren took a kiss and Shaliwa curved a kiss. What's really going on? How wise, Shali? The Prophet and Mommy were at it again with Muhammad and Elijah's pictures. That was a bit weird, to be honest. Christiana Olawumi says, I will never understand why Mama Shaliwa keeps patronizing Woli. Honestly, it's so mind-boggling, but it's really true. A lot of our mothers and aunts, you know, they have these questionable characters in their lives or that are around them, you know, who, to be honest, are exploiting them, probably getting money from them and just influencing, you know, them negatively, right? It's a thing. It's so frustrating. Aderoju A says, Tiwa doesn't know what God did for her. Which is true, because while all the other girls are complaining about their man troubles, Tiwa is just there sitting pretty in her happy marriage with Mide. And I think Didi even said it at some point that Mide is the dream man that every woman is, you know, dying for, so to speak. Something that Tiwa said, well, you know, I'm kind of still on Tiwa. Tiwa said that Elijah is not like most men. You know, she told that to Shaliwa when Shaliwa told them the whole issue with Elijah, and Tiwa says Elijah is not like most men. In my mind, I was like, Tiwa, how do you know that? You barely know Dr. Elijah. In fact, Shaliwa knows Dr. Elijah, and even Mommy Tiwa seems to know Dr. Elijah a whole lot more than Tiwa does. Well, he is her doctor, I think. So, but I doubt if she knows that much about his personal life. And still on Dr. Elijah, right? I think his approach to winning Shalewa over is faulty. He should have come into her life as a friend. He should have used the friendship route instead of this, trying to date her and everything. Because he just seems to be very aggressive about it. But in fairness to him, he doesn't know about Shalewa's past. I doubt if he knows about Mohammed. I'm sure he doesn't know about Kwame. So he's just moving in a normal fashion. But I think he should have pumped the brakes a bit, gone a bit slower, and just been Shalewa's friend. And then at some point, Shalewa herself will realize that, this doctor guy is not too bad. Let me give him a shot. But instead, he went in full steam ahead, and Shalewa is shutting him down left, right, and center. Last week, it was let's be platonic friends. This week, she's curving him as he tries to make a move on her and kiss her in his car. That was a wrong move. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. All right, so I think we can round up finally with Didi and Editi. Editi really needs lessons on how to apologize to women, because you can't be apologetic or, asking for forgiveness and then at the same time still be on your high horse and claiming to be right, He tried to dismiss a few of the things that Didi brought up when Didi brought one or two things up with him, particularly what she feels is the origin of them kind of butting heads, right? Which is her not wanting to bear children. And Editi says that he doesn't know how he feels about that. Dude, okay, even if that's the case, you don't know how you feel about that, why not just state it? Why not have a conversation about it and talk it through? As opposed to just being like, I think he said, we've already talked about this. When he said that, I was like, no, I don't recall us, if at all you guys talked about it, we weren't privy to that conversation. So they haven't discussed it. If not, Didi wouldn't have brought it up. I think Editi is just handling the whole thing very poorly. Common Sense Sisters, interesting name. She says, Didi should hold off on the marriage stuff. Love is not enough for marriage, which in this case is a serious lifetime decision. They better address the tough question about childbearing. I seriously agree. And she also said something about Dr. Elijah. She says, Dr. Elijah, a man that can respect boundaries is more attractive than one who doesn't. And I think this is in relation to Dr. Elijah, moving in for a kiss. And yeah, not just that. Shalewa did previously say, let's just be platonic friends. So why are you moving in for a kiss? It looks like you don't understand boundaries or respect boundaries. But yeah, it was an interesting episode. Lots of you guys really enjoyed it, going by the comments. The bond between the women and how they opened up to each other. It was a vibe. It was interesting. It was nice to see. And yeah, I'd like to see how or where they take things from this episode, episode 9, and how things unfold in episode 10. In episode 10, I'm particularly looking forward to us getting back to Auntie Dupe and Mr. Charles and how that whole dynamic is going to be sorted out. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this reaction video, please like the video by clicking on the like button just underneath the video, liking and engaging with content by commenting and subscribing and liking and sharing. All that stuff really does mean a lot to us YouTubers. It encourages us. It certainly encourages me to come back week after week to talk about episodes of Skinny Girl in Transit. So please do me that favor of liking the video, subscribing to the channel as well. Many of you are not subscribed, and sharing this content with anyone who you feel might enjoy it, particularly other fans of Skinny Girl in Transit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess I will see you next week when I react to episode 10 of season 7 of Skinny Girl in Transit. Take care, guys.